Well, we're headed in. Straight back in here is where we've done most of our hunting, kind of on this southern side. The buck that I shot's just down in here, so we'll go in there, talk to Zach about it, and just kind of get his perspective on where he thinks the buck was bedding and different stuff like that.
Alright, so I just filmed Brody go across this ice, and I think one of the reasons that these guys have been able to have success back in this spot is because this is an old meander of the river. So there's a bigger river for this area over to my right, and this is just an old cutoff, and this is just all water. We're just standing on ice right now, so a lot of the season you're not getting a lot of guys. That's probably why nobody hunts back here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like
last year there was water in here during the year, so that, like, even if it's just above your ankles, they're still not walking through some of that stuff.
And it's sweet. I mean, it keeps a lot of people out of there.
And the big thing even is not even walking in, it's that they have to drag it out and go up that big high wall, or they have to drag it, I know, half mile that way.
Right.
Like, that's the biggest thing, is the work that happens after they shoot one. I think that keeps them from coming back.
Yeah, it's sweet.
So right there is a tree that killed that buck out of.
Nice.
And he was coming from back over here and got down right there.
Shot him right here.
Yep.
Jeez.
So that tree that Zach just panned off of is the tree that I was in when I shot that buck. He came from back here the way we walked in, and just walked through this horsetail grass, got down in here into a bed actually, and that's why I was able to get the shot, because of this tall horsetail grass, but not that far from where we walked in. So
do you think that he was gonna go bed right there?
I think so. He was gonna bed in here somewhere. You can kind of see those 3 cottonwood trees. That's where Chance and Dad bumped him. And there's just, I mean, there's a bed here, and there was a bed back here and over there, so they were just in this area. It wasn't really wind specific either, I don't think, which is kind of something we've learned down here in this horsetail grass. Is it's not. They just bed so they can kind of see where they think people are coming from, and then they just bed where they want to. It's so thick.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, here's the most interesting thing to me. There's that high wall that we came from, and your tree is right there, that big cottonwood.
Yep.
And the beds are here. I mean, from this bedding location, right on this, especially that little high point right there where he was going, it's like he can see that whole hillside.
And if he hears something, he can stand up and look. You're going to be skylined on that high wall. So, I mean, before you even get down in here, he can be back in there, and you don't even know he existed.
Even specifically watching that trail that we came down.
Because it's the only place you can cross on this south side here.
That's pretty sweet. It's interesting. I mean, it's crazy. Some of these spots right off the road can be good.
So when we're looking at how the buck that I shot bedded specifically, it was due to a couple things. One, access. He knew that was the only access, that if there was going to be hunters coming in, or even predators for that matter, they had to come down a trail right there. He could bed in there on that high point and see that access and be out of there before any of those hunters or predators made it in there. And then also, I just mentioned a little high point in there, a little bit of terrain in there that he could bed on, get himself up just a little bit higher than that horsetail grass, see over the top of the horsetail grass and see anything coming in. So if we would have went in there in the evening, we probably would have continued to bump him out because he was in there watching that access. But we could get around that because we went in the morning, did a hanging hunt, and let him come back to us. So even with us being in there, getting in the bed, looking around, figuring things out, that buck still came back, and I was able to shoot him 5 days later. So looking at buck bedding, there's several things that we look for, but the access and hunter access was key for where this buck was bedding. So thanks for watching this video, guys. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and the like button. Thanks for watching.